unless they saw value in the individuals in that company and express it's the individuals within the company. So I think obviously those individuals have value, and that's what that, so it buys me out.
Would the parent company buy a company that specialises in a certain thing, like a really good aged care? Or
of course,
like
and likewise. Yes, that's one thing. And another thing that an architectural firm will do if it's trying to get its foot in the door with something that it's not necessarily familiar with is to merge. For example, there may be a company that does hospitals and has done many hospitals, and there's a company that wants to do a hospital, or maybe has one attended to do a hospital somehow, but realise that they may not have the necessarily all the experience and skill set to do so. So they will communicate and they say, hey, look, we've got this project, you've got the skill. They'll negotiate some sort of split, and then they'll both deliver the project. The benefit being is that then this company gets the project and they get cash out of it, and this company gets the project, cash out of it, and now they learn from the other company. So it could be buying out to gain the skill set, or it could be merging to get the skill set.
In terms of specialist knowledge, how or have you witnessed firms that look to specialise, don't diversify at all, and has that been positive or negative for them?
Specialised, I'd say, is fraught with danger. And legally, you should probably never use the word specialise, because if anything goes wrong, then you're not operating as an architect who is competent in performing that particular service. Now you're operating as a specialist performing those services. And I think if anything does go wrong, it's probably going to be harder to deal with as far as your PI insurance, particularly if you're promoting yourself as a specialist in certain things.
So have you ever witnessed someone or an organisation getting a lot of work in one sector and then branching out, and have they been able to do that? Is that difficult to do?
I think if you've been successful in one sector in particular, and you've certainly gained yourself a reputation and gained yourself a little bit of security financially, well then it's very smart to take a portion of that and develop another sector, because if that sector goes bad, what do you do then? So that's probably just part of that sort of business model where a portion of your profits go into training, a portion of your profits go into marketing, developing that new sector. And of course, training staff to be capable in that sector as well. A portion of your profits go into technology. So I think it's very important to keep.
So getting that mix right?
Yeah, to get that mix right.
Alright, cool. Well, thank you for your time this evening. We might revisit some more questions later in the week if we've discovered we've missed anything.
When's your assignment done?
It's on the 8th.
Absolutely. If you've got any more questions, I think it's a wise move to. I'd rather have more information and not use it than not have enough information and need it.
Did we get the intro at this? I think we just kind of launched into it. Could you just say your name?
See you, Lockie.
Should we say
their assignment?
Who do we interview, mate?
Oh, are you? Yeah. No, that's all right.
Sorry, Dan. It's not live.
Yeah, it's
chop it up.
Yeah, it's not like it's on the web or anything. No, I'm miserable.
He's useless.
Yeah, it's all lies.
It's all lies and deceit.
Yeah, so if you could just say, I'm Stuart Pabrix. I'm currently...
I have experience in firms.
Oh no, we got that.
You got that.
Do you just want to say your name and that you're an associate at Group GSA Brisbane?
Okay, my name is Stuart Pabrix. I'm an associate at Group GSA in Brisbane.
Can you do that one more time without hitting the table, just so it's definitely clear?
Of course, yeah. All right. My name is Stuart Pabrix. I'm an associate at Group GSA Architects in Brisbane.
Cool. Nice.
Should I probably say what I've worked in?
If you want to, yeah. Like a suit, t-shirt.
Pair of thongs, tutu. No.
Yeah, if you could give us just a really brief rundown.
I guess I could. Well, for a brief, I'd say that the majority of my experience has been in delivery. has been taking a design and turning it into a working building, taking it from concept through to construction. So my involvement in the project has been really ensuring that it complies with the rules, obviously engaging the right people and the right authorities to give us the information. Actually that reminds me of something else. Engaging with the consultants to make sure that we've got the right information and to ensure that all the experts are doing their thing. So that's pretty much my experience, really. And what I wanted to say is...
Wait, is there a question I can ask you?
No, fuck you. No.
That's a good sound.
This has always been my opinion. I think two things. I just think two things always. Architects aren't experts. We manage the experts. I think that's very, very important because I think there's a lot of people, a lot of architects, a lot of everyone really, that know their stuff, but aren't necessarily in the capacity to be that authority on it. And that's a risk that, I know how thick a sabre will generally be from experience of having done it 1,001 times. I know, how big a beam's going to be, but I certainly will never, ever, ever tell the client or, tell the builder it's going to be this. I will always have to go and, you'll always have to go back to the structural engineer and get them to do it. You'll know what it is, but it has to come from them. They've got the right PI insurance for it, you don't. So manage the experts. That's number one. And the other thing is if we're not an expert, like an engineer who signs off on something or a certifier who signs off on something, then we have to be an authority. And my opinion is that we, within the industry, we really have to step up and lead, even in a D&C scenario, which is a lot of what Brisbane is, really show the builders that we know construction, we know, when there's an issue, where to get the right answers, as in managing the experts. We really need to prove to them that we should be making all the decisions, or at least having everything run through us for our approval. I think that's very, very important, because I'd hate to think that in the near future, architecture is just going to be just another little consultancy service on the side, and then we start losing control, and in the end, we start losing design. Everything's going to be value engineered out of everything sort. So I think it's very important that any architect realise that they are an authority, or they should be an authority, because you're not an expert.
Can you just say that you think that transcends all scales of architecture?
I think, smaller firms, larger firms. I think it's an opinion that any architect should have. And that's when it comes to, I guess, delivering with that sort of service. Naturally, design is still a very big part of the service, and I think that's something that should be pushed as well. You should always, it's better to probably push the envelope and let budget, structure, let everyone restrict it, rather than don't push for it and restrict it yourself. Because at least, if you're aiming this high and it gets pared back and you're here now, that's a lot better than only pushing yourself this high because you're comfortable with it. That's probably another thing as well that I think I'd probably like to impart. Wisdom from student. No.
We're basically going to take you out of